Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, non-binaries, and transgenders, this is the Ultra Heelz Wrestling Podcast, live from Brave Studios in Garfield, New Jerusalem. I am Darth Messiah. I am not a wrestling expert, but I play one on the internet. And on the phone, as always, the OG, the triple OG of the Ultra Heelz.
It's your boy Alex, the motherfucking Hill, aka the Family of Podcast, and also known as Man. Though he put away Vince McMahon, but apparently he's back from the dead before Chris Benoit could be put in the Hall of Fame.
And a special treat on the boards, twice in 1 month. Well, yeah, twice in a month.
Twice in 1 month.
Twice in 1 month. Mr. Gnarly Marv.
Hey, what's up, Ultra Heelz?
How you living, Gnarly Marv?
Living good. Tomorrow's my birthday, so.
Yes. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Alex's birthday's next Wednesday, right?
Yep.
Tuesday. Day off.
Yeah. This is gonna be the last time I celebrated this year.
I feel you.
We're getting old, bro. We're getting old.
Yeah, Jay Kidd's a little under the weather. He couldn't be here today. He was supposed to give us the live scoop from his trip to Monday Night Raw. But we'll talk about that next week when he returns.
Bingo.
But the thing that is always here, the content that you can't get in any other podcast, Cheeks of the Week.
Cheeks of the Week.
And if this is your first time here, or if you're listening on an audio platform, do yourself a favor. Hop over to YouTube, check out the first 3 minutes. Enjoy the Cheeks of the Week. And we're starting out with Bianca Belair, who was working that thing last night. I mean, she was just poking it out there.
When you said that to me, I was, Montez Ford told me he got married.
Yeah, and I found this meme where apparently every day Montez Ford wakes up and just say, God is good.
Shit, he's sure right about that. I think she has my favorite body of any female wrestler right now.
I like the post that he posted on his Instagram, or I think it was his TikTok. It's just the picture you sent me, and then it just like a video of him looking and giving the eyebrows raised up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm not even mad.
Yeah, you can't even be mad.
Actually a bit jealous.
What up, Kelvin? Kelvin's live in the chat.
Kamish, what up?
But usually I don't use actual wrestling photos, but this deserves special treatment because it was out there.
Cheeks of the Week.
Glistening, if you will. And then Samantha Irvine, the SmackDown ring announcer and girlfriend of Ricochet. She posted a bathroom selfie because she's a basic bitch.
Hey man, not everybody want to be Bray Wyatt, or Randy Rhodes, or any one of the ring announcers that had posters and shit that got out of WWE and made it to my phone.
Oh, it's still on Google. It's right there. Just Brandy Rhodes nude. It's right there. It popped right up.
I said, I think she learned from them, and she was like, I'm not sending nobody shit. I don't need nothing like that on my phone. You can see it when you get home.
I wonder on the Christmas episode of SmackDown, I wonder how many people knew that Ricochet and Samantha Irvine were actually dating when they kissed on TV.
That one little kid in the background with the beanie, the blue beanie, he didn't know.
He ain't know.
He was like, what?
He ain't know.
Gross.
Deep down inside, he was like, my feelings, no.
No, well, she is slightly bent over. He's probably wondering, why does my leg kind of feel warm?
Yeah, right? Yeah, what's happening?
It don't feel kind of warm. That motherfucker hot as hell.
And a special treat, I did some digging on the internet because someone requested this. I don't remember who it was, but we got some new Nia Jax photos. I found some thirst traps from Nia Jax.
Cheeks of the Week.
She was on a cruise. She was on a cruise sometime last year.
I'm about to say, look, you didn't have to go far because didn't I send you the one on the right?
Yeah. That's what inspired me to go looking for it. Because like, oh yeah, somebody did ask for Nia Jax photos.
Yeah, I'm never not going to be happy to see Nia Jax.
And then the second group of photos were leaks from her Fansly page which they were actually her Valentine's special photo shoot for Valentine's Day, which is today.
Takes it away.
I will pay for those. I don't pay for anything like that. But her, yeah.
Yeah, that middle one, that ham hock is out there.
You know, if I was a man that didn't eat meat this day, things have changed.
Yeah, I'll take this thing face from her.
Facts. And a side note, our usual side note to Cheeks of the Week, Natalya and her sister, they went to Dr. Bo Hightower, and they, of course, took a photo where it looks like he's got the fucking hammer up her ass.
Takes it away.
Because they're weird like that.
Yeah. Sometimes he do be getting that shit right in their tailbone. Did you not see the one with Bobby Lashley?
Yeah, he's done a bunch of the wrestlers. He's done Bobby. He's done Andrade. He's done Rusev, Jinder. I think he did Kenny Omega.
Blade.
Yeah, Shayna. Yeah.
Who else? IOE.
Yep.
Gonzalez.
Mm-hmm.
Liv Morgan.
Yep.
He done did a lot of females and a lot of males to be like. It's weird. Like they come to him.
Yeah.
You don't go like ask them to come to him. They come to him. I was like, man, I wish. God, I wish.
I'd probably 2 inches taller if he stretched me.
Yep.
Because I know I have horrible posture. Anyway, let's get into Ultra Fantasy Booking. Let's kick it off. Last week was Dragon Force. The one and only Paul Heyman came to the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. Sorry for the absence, but as the kids say, I was securing the bag for my Hebrew brethren on that second-rate show on the other channel. Anyway, to the Dragon Force roster, allow me to remind you, if you're not helping to put butts in seats, then you might find yourself on the unemployment line. Sitting and catering every week is not an option. As far as Team Heyman goes, I've gone back to the drawing board to bring the world title back to where it belongs. So tonight, my master plan begins with Cesaro in the main event. And the opening match was a mashup of tag teams. We had Montez Ford representing the Street Profits, teaming up with Devon Dudley from the Dudley Boys. And they took on the Gorillas of Destiny. And Montez and Devon won 59 to 41%. Match 2 was a triple threat Falls Count Anywhere match in the women's division. It was a non-title match involving champion Mia Yim taking on Mickie James and Gail Kim. And Mickie James came out the winner with 62% of the votes. Mia Yim 31 and Gail Kim 7. Match 3 was a table match between Hook and Jay Lethal. And I'm going to call it an upset, but it's not quite an upset because, you know, Hook is pretty popular. He won 62 to 38. And our main event, it was for the ECW TV Championship. And with the caveat of the winner then gets to challenge for any other title that they wish. And by 2 votes, 53% to 47%, Kazuchika Okada retained the ECW TV title. And that was Dragon Force. And now, the next episode of Warzone. We're going to kick the night off in the women's division. Charlotte Flair will be taking on none other than Toni Storm. No ass versus no ass. Match 2. Breezango taking on the Grizzled Young Veterans. 2 jobber teams. One of them will finally get a win because they're facing each other. Cody Rhodes will come out for a promo. Some people who have asked, why have I adopted the Let the Freedom Ring open challenge for my WCW United States Championship? Well, as a father of a little black girl who's also half white, She is the dream, and I want her to walk in the dream, and that is why I let freedom ring. And tonight, we will have a Liberty Bell on a pole match. I'm not quite sure what the rules are, but it sounds good, because his daughter's name is Liberty, let freedom ring. I don't know. We'll work out the details. Match 3. World champion Darby Allin taking on MLW Openweight champion AJ Styles in a champion versus champion non-title. Match 4, we have a 6-man tag. We're putting together a couple different feuds here. Walter teaming up with FTR, taking on Hammerstone and the Usos. And our main event, the freedom fighter Cody Rhodes will be taking on none other than Xavier Woods in the Liberty Bell on a pole match. Like I said, we'll work out the details, but it sounded good in my head when I booked it. And that is Warzone. What up, Valdor? Valdor's in the building.
So what are we going to talk about today? I watched 15 seasons of Raw. Kind of forgot what's going on.
I think we'll start with MJF and what happened on Dynamite last week. So he kicked off the night. He had a match against I forget how to pronounce his actual name, but everybody on the internet calls him Tikashit. I think it's Takeshka.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that shit either.
But anyway, it was a pretty solid match. Well, because MJF he never misses. He almost never misses. And Takeshka is really talented. When he's with the right people, he's able to keep up and he puts on a good show. But when you put him with the people that just flip and flop, he just flip and flops with them. And if you like that thing, that's the kind of thing you like. Not for me. But later in the night, MJF cut a promo backstage, and he told this story about on the night of his senior prom, him and his girlfriend at the time, they got into an accident, and because MJF already had several tickets, while they were laying in a ditch before the police showed up, he took the unconscious body of his girlfriend, put it in the driver's seat, and he sat in the passenger seat. And as a result, allegedly, there were multiple calls to the what city did he say this happened in? I forgot. Somewhere in New York, somewhere in Long Island. He said there were multiple calls to the police department involving the Nassau Police Department and claiming to question about did this incident ever take place. So MJF is a master heel, getting people to believe some fictional shit from 15 years ago.
Jesus! I wonder was his mom one of the people to call.
And during this story, he said the girl's name was Liv. So everybody drummed up this picture of MJF and Liv Morgan that she posted last year on his birthday. But it wasn't actually Liv. He just used the name Liv.
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't know. It sounds like a good story. I wish they could have had some visuals like they used to do back in the WWE. Like with the whole Katie Vick thing. Never letting that.
This was basically a modern Katie Vick story. If you want to be truthful about it.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I just needed the little, and we have some footage of from back in that time. It shows some old Grady GTV footage of a car that's in the ditch and him just getting up and dragging her over. It'd been great.
Yeah, but again, just people criticize MJF because his wrestling's not exciting. Yeah, it is, because he gets emotion out of you. It's not just about the moves. He gets emotion out of you in the ring with his promos, with his angles. He's a young genius, if you will.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
And again, for people to actually call the police department and say, "Hey, did this actually happen?" He's got you believing something that's a complete work.
there's probably some girl out there probably like, I remember going to prom and getting drunk, and I just remember waking up in a police car.
Oh yeah, MJF about to get canceled. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, well, I don't know. People already hate him, so I don't know if you cancel somebody you already hate. They cancel people that people like.
Kelvin said, just like when the NWO attacked everyone backstage in 1996, everybody in Orlando and the surrounding cities called the police on them. Yeah.
That's still crazy as hell that happened.
People believe wrestling still. They still believe it.
When it's done right, people believe it.
I had a friend in school who, when Vince's car exploded, he really came to school crying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it's done right, people still believe wrestling. Yeah. That's the problem. A lot of times they don't give you enough to believe that it's still real, or the people involved are laughing at it as they do it. So you're like, okay, I can't believe that this actually happened.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now, when Mrs. Car blew up, probably one of the happiest days I had.
I mean, honestly, it must be nice to be that naive still, because like you can still get in it. Like you can be like enthralled in that, but we know too much now.
For me, the best wrestling allows me to turn my brain off. I don't have to think about the moving parts. I don't have to think about how it works. I can just accept what you're telling me to be the truth for that 15, 20-minute span. Yeah. I can accept it completely. That's the best wrestling.
Yeah, definitely.
The only wrestling I know like that had me believe in everything was DCW.
Yeah.
Because
New Jack was really trying to kill people.
So-called blind. We ain't doing New Jack. That's not the ball game. That's not unbelievable. That's just you was watching a murder every other week. When Sandman was so-called blind, he showed up into the arena and had to be walked out there with the blindfold on. Bro, I was so heated. The whole thing. I was like, bro, I hope this nigga I hope he get pissed in his coffee. And then he took it off. I was like, niggas. I was like, bro, I really was into that shit, bro. I really thought this man Sandman was blind. He committed to that shit so good. I was like, damn, bro, you gonna blind one of my favorite dudes? That's fucked up. Mm-hmm. That right there is only one time in wrestling I was like more involved. With WWE, after a while, it just becomes like you can predict it down to a T depending on if Vince was still there writing it. You can predict it down. You didn't even need no help.
You know one that I think got damn near everybody? The famous Mark Henry fake retirement in that pink suit. He got everybody, almost. I was like, damn, he's really retiring.
He had the tears and everything. That's all shit.
That's a classic. That's an absolute classic.
We don't get those anymore.
Nah. Something positive has happened for AEW. A couple weeks ago, we reported that they have a new TV deal in Europe. They now have one in Australia, New Zealand, and the surrounding Pacific Islands. ESPN to broadcast All Elite Wrestling exclusively in Australia, New Zealand, and Pacific Islands. Partnership includes broadcasts of all AEW weekly matches. Each week on ESPN, fans in the region can catch all the action of Dynamite on Thursday, Rampage on Saturday, with same-day replays and episodes made available on demand. In addition, through ESPN, fans will have access to all of AEW's quarterly pay-per-views, events on delay, Revolution, Double or Nothing, All Out, Full Gear, etc. AEW will be available on ESPN in the following locations: Australia, New Zealand, Fiji, Samoa, Togoa, Cook Islands, Solomon Islands, Nauru, North Mariners. I can't pronounce the rest of these places. I'm giving up. Yeah, I'm stopping there. Micronesia, that's the last one I can pronounce. And Papua New Guinea. Yeah, I'm stopping there. Yeah.
You better than me because I've never got none of them.
Yeah, I've read a map one or two times, so I got most of them, but the rest of them I have never seen.
Look, I don't read a map. If it ain't where I'm at, I care less about anywhere else.
So, yeah, ESPN in Australia and the Pacific Islands will now be carrying AEW, so that's another notch in Tony Khan's belts, getting a new TV deal. Elsewhere, The American one is still up for debate because they run out about the same time as the WWE one runs out, so they still need to negotiate with the new group at Warner Discovery. Yeah, they still need to renegotiate the next TV deal. But we do also have some bright news on Fight Forever. They finally have a rating. They've been rated T for teen. The summary goes, this is a wrestling game which players compete in matches with wrestlers from the AEW roster. Players use punches, kicks, and grappling maneuvers to drain their opponent's health in some match types. Example, barbed wire, stadium stampede, and unsanctioned, chains, barbed wire, baseball bats, metal chairs, and Molotov cocktails are used against opponents.
This game sounds more and more fun whenever it may come out in 2028.
Molotov cocktails? Where did we get Molotov cocktails from?
I'm kind of over this game already. I want to play it because it's like old school, but yeah, I'm kind of over it.
It continues. Blood splatter effects can occur during matches, staining the mats. Video footage of real matches also depicts blood on wrestlers' faces and bodies. The game contains some mildly suggestive material. Female wrestlers in revealing outfits. Examples, deep cleavage, bunny outfits, partially exposed buttocks.
Okay.
Deep cleavage.
Deep cleavage? So it sounds like you're saying a titty gonna pop out. That's what it sounds like.
Potentially, yes. And partially exposed buttocks, which is every week on TV. Wrestlers performing taunting gestures, example, crotch chops and butt slaps. Real footage sometimes depicts wrestlers drinking alcohol and smoking. The word shit is heard in the game multiple times.
I mean, since the game is kind of cartoony, I don't even know if you really can get off on like the slapping buttocks and partial nudity, deep cleavage. I mean, you got to be into like hentai and shit to like this kind of stuff.
Because originally they've been fighting for the last like month or so to get the rating down to teen because they wanted to rate it immature.
Yeah, I'm gonna get this game, but I'm kind of over it, especially with the kind of cartoony graphics. I don't know.
So it's rated T for teen, and on the box it will say blood, language, mild suggestive themes, use of alcohol and tobacco, violence.
You getting this?
Oh yeah, I'll get it.
Yeah,
I'm getting it. I'm a sucker. I'll get it.
I mean, it should play good at least for the most part.
Yeah,
the gameplay should be good.
Oh,
I believe it's mostly about the mini games.
That's kind of what got me like a little more feeling like it's gonna be like a little party game, like a little kid kind of game.
Yeah. Over the weekend, I believe Jay White has been kicked out of Bullet Club because his contract has run out with New Japan. He was chokeslammed by Hikuleo, and he was kind of given a send off.
So who's going to be the new person there?
Yeah, that's the question. What's next for Bullet Club if Jay White's leaving? Are we just going to finally let that story arc end? Because it's been going on for, 10 years now? 9 years?
To be honest, I don't know. But then they just finally let go one of their other factions finally.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like I said, you know how New Japan is. They don't have a wrestling match every week in a house show.
Yeah.
So their factions can stay up there forever. With us, having NWO show up every damn week on every other show, DX showing up every week on every other show.
Mm-hmm.
After a while, it gets diluted too damn much. It's like they're in a circle. Remember?
Yeah. That got boring real fast.
For fractions are like dead, right?
WWE is trying to bring them back because like everybody's either in a faction or they at least have allies now. Whereas for
you're like the Samoans and you just families that they just put you together because they had no choice.
Yeah, because for the longest under Vince, unless you're specifically in a tag team, you don't have any allies. You're you. But at least now we have relationships between people. So if they get jumped by a group of people, at least they have backup now. Things make more sense. You're not just leaving people out there to, die by themselves. Also, over the weekend, Buddy Matthews, he won. What title did he win? He won the Melbourne City World Heavyweight Championship. And he is bigger than ever.
Oh, yeah.
Them steroids must be good, allegedly.
I don't think it's steroids. I think it's just him sucking the essence out of Rhea Ripley. he getting his protein old-fashioned when
Jesus! He must be in that box pretty good, then.
Must be, bro. He must be doing moonsaults and handstands, that damn thing. The sad thing is the dude that he's holding, Darth Maul, we met him before.
Oh, we did?
Yeah. He was at most of the wrestling events in Richmond Park. He was a lot smaller than that.
Oh. Buddy Matthews got him on that cycle. He's got him on that cycle.
Yeah. The funny thing is, I forgot his name. I follow him on Facebook, but he posted a picture with them two in the gym. He said, "Look, I got adopted. I got adopted by my Australian parents."
Yes, yeah. I remember that. Yep. Yeah, I remember seeing that.
And I laughed. I was like, I'd like to be adopted by that. It was a nice stepmommy.
Yeah, because she was conveniently off TV for the last 2-3 weeks, and they said she's been overseas promoting WrestleMania. Valder said, Buddy looks like he has anchor arms from that SpongeBob episode. Casey Navarro. Kelvin chimed in. His name is Casey Navarro.
Let me tell you something. Buddy Murphy looked like, you remember the old Warzone game? You used to create a character and you just make him too big muscular-wise?
Yeah.
That's what he looked like.
Go ahead.
No, I was saying he looked like somebody was like, I want my guy to be muscle, but I want him to be bigger than Brock, but I want him to be cut like Lashley, but I want him to be a high flyer, and boom, you get Buddy Murphy.
I was gonna say to back up what Valdo was saying. I was gonna say he looks like Larry the Lobster from SpongeBob.
Larry the Lobster was getting it, bro.
Yeah.
He was bagging chicks.
That nigga was on steroids. How small his legs were.
I mean, he was on the underwater equivalent. He was on like seaweed steroids or something.
Facts.
Yeah.
Big facts.
That nigga eating them little fish to be like meat.
Yeah.
Monday Night Raw kicked up. Well, did it kick? No, this was like in the second hour. But once again, Sami Zayn just slides in the ring out of nowhere. That's kind of been his thing since he turned on the bloodline. He just hops the guardrail, slides in the ring with the hoodie on. He called Cody Rhodes out to the ring. Now, a lot of people think Cody should stay away from Sami because the crowd's behind Sami right now. They feel like it's a more natural storyline for Sami and Roman. They feel like we're force-feeding Cody. We talked about this for the past couple weeks. Will it work? Will it not? But what they did here was perfect. You've established a relationship between Cody and Sami. They're on the same page. They're on the same side. Cody wants to support Sami. Sami wants to support Cody. Because we know Sami's going to lose at Elimination Chamber.
Yeah,
but now...
But he going to put up one good hell of a fight, though.
Right. So now when Sami Zayn loses, because of what we've established here, he will now be in the corner, maybe not physically in the corner at the Mania, but he's at least backing Cody. It says he'll probably come out and say at some point, if I couldn't do it, I know you can do it. It's that kind of thing now. He's bowing out gracefully, if you will.
You know what's funny, and I feel like if Vince was there, it would happen. Sami will lose, but then Sami will cost Roman the title, and then they would try to make Sami seem like he would be the heel going against Cody.
Yeah.
So, we can't be AEW when the heel can go against the heel and the face can go against the face. It always got to be heel and face no matter what.
Yeah. But again, they put on. It felt real. It felt genuine. Which is what we got last week from Cody and Heyman. Which actually most of that was real because they were talking about things that actually happened in real life. But again, you've now established a relationship between Cody and Sami, and hopefully it will help the crowd not turn on Cody once Sami loses. Because that's what we're praying for right now, is that the crowd doesn't turn on Cody. But I don't think they are. He seems to still be over.
I'm telling you, if Sami can't get it done, right, and it's up to Cody, I feel like to make it more interesting of a match at WrestleMania, just make it a triple threat between Cody, Sami, and Roman Reigns.
I can see it, but then it's almost you're too much copying the Daniel Bryan formula, and then that kind of turns me off.
See, no, it would be more copying Daniel Bryan formula if Sami had to go through the trial and tribulation to get to the title shot. But if he already had a title shot, he worked his way back in to get in the picture, and he just wanted the belt off Roman. He don't have to win it to still be they just got to get it off Roman. That means Sami still has another chance at being world champion at least once in his life, but he don't have to deal with Roman Reigns.
Valor said they should do it like when Ivan Drago killed Creed and Cody being Rocky challenge him next.
Oh, so you mean like with Bret Hart and Hulk Hogan versus Yokozuna?
Yeah, something like that, yeah. Which is one of the biggest shit shows. Yeah.
I don't even understand who thought of that and who thought that was okay.
Vince McMahon thought it was okay.
Oh, yeah. See, so back to that limo thing I was saying that I was happy for. That's the reason why I was happy.
Because I believe Hogan wasn't on that card, right?
He wasn't. He wasn't on that card at all.
So
he was just there.
Yeah, that was the way to work him onto the card, because I believe he was like injured and they weren't sure if he could work, so they didn't put him in any storylines going into Mania. But then he was cleared, so they just gave him the title like that on some bullshit.
Threw him in there with a leg, a kick to the face, a leg drop, and win the belt. I was like, shit is this?
Yeah, yeah, complete bullshit. And that's what kind of delayed that growth of the new generation in the mid to early 90s. It probably could have taken off sooner, but if they hadn't gone back to Hogan, but you know.
And you gotta look, man, the horse ain't broke, don't fix it. Hogan was broken, they still didn't want to fix it.
That was Vince's thing. When in doubt, bring in the big guys, give him the title.
I say, yeah, look at Brock.
Yeah. Yeah. Booker T has announced his official retirement following the Royal Rumble. WWE two-time Hall of Famer individually and a member of his Harlem Heat. I have a feeling he's still going to work his promotion, you know, just like random ass tag team matches or whatever. But I have a feeling he's not going to do any more, you know, big shows for like WWE or whatever, or whoever he has an affiliation with at the time.
Question for you guys: best black wrestler of all time?
I'm
gonna say yes.
He's top. He's top. He's the top.
Who's above him if he's not top?
Are you talking about performance? You talking about performance, entertainment, or?
I'm saying overall. Is it Farouk? Because Farouk's up there.
Overall, Farouk is in the top
probably
two.
Better wrestler, but Booker's legacy, his run, his storyline.
You know what? He might. Yeah.
I think so, man. I think.
Well, are we counting The Rock?
Oh, damn! I didn't even think of that.
That's what I said. and that's why I said Booker up there.
I don't know if we can count The Rock.
Or are we counting him as black or Samoan?
Does The Rock count himself as black? That's the question. I don't think he does.
He counts. He counts himself as black, even though his mama got divorced from his daddy.
Yeah.
He still counted himself black.
All right, if we just take The Rock off.
Okay, take The Rock off the table.
That's the only
then
one.
it's either Booker T or Mark Henry.
I'm still paying for Rufus' simple fact that he had to go through the bullshit of racism in WCW and still became the first black world champion.
Yeah.
So Ron Simmons is like number 2 to me, and then like Booker T's number 1.
And for me, somebody that's completely like, I don't want to say he's like he's underrated and underappreciated. Too Cold Scorpio.
Okay. Oh, I didn't even think that. Yeah.
He's got to be he's very high on my list.
Yeah, Too Cold Scorpio.
And that's another person. So for me, it would be Farouk, Mark Henry, Too Cool Scorpio, and then Booker T is like right there, number 4. Because those guys right there still like when I think of black wrestlers that had me hooked on wrestling at early years, it was them 3.
Right.
Especially Mark Henry, being Mark Henry, as big as he was, that man was able to transition between being serious, being funny, being a side character, and still being a main event guy without having to be like, oh, well, I guess the new generation is not. That man just evolved with the times of everything that happened and never fell off.
Mm-hmm. And what Valdor said is Booker T would be there if they let him beat Triple H at Mania. Yes.
Word.
Yes.
If he'd beat Triple H at Mania, he'd have been the top 2.
Yeah.
Well, he's 1 for me, and then it's Farouk, then it's Mark Henry. He's top 3 for me. I mean, he's number 1 of the top 3.
Yeah, I think I go Booker T, Mark Henry, Farouk, Too Cold Scorpio.
Yeah.
Because I remember Ron Simmons as APA Farouk first.
And he was fucking people up in there.
Yeah, and then after the fact, then I start to remember, oh yeah, he was breaking barriers in the 80s and early 90s.
Yeah.
I think about that second. So, but I think if I really took the time to think about it, that's probably a bigger accomplishment, but just in terms of how I enjoyed seeing him, it was the APA version of himself.
Yeah, me too. I love seeing them fuck people up, man. They were the best. APA was the shit.
Because Bradshaw, he was just one of those people. If Vince was pissed at you, put him in a tag match against APA.
Yeah. They used to demolish people.
Or put him in a singles match with Bob Holly. And Bob Holly would fuck you up.
Yeah. I don't know which one was worse.
Or a couple years before that, it would be Ken Shamrock.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Vince was pissed, he'd put you in you wouldn't be on TV for like a month or 2 months, and all of a sudden you've got a match, and then you're looking like, oh shit, it's Bob Holly. Fuck. You're probably better off not coming than actually going in the ring.
Seriously.
Yeah, I wouldn't show up. They'd be like, you got to fight Bob Holly. My mom just died in a car accident. I got to go. I thought your mom died last week. This is my stepmom this time.
You got to find some reason not to get in that ring.
Yeah. Question for everybody. What the fuck was John Cena wearing? And why?
Oh, for some movie role. And I don't know, but Valdor had me laughing. And another one of my friends had me laughing. It was like, yo, it looks weird, but the man got the legs for it. And I was like, no, funny shit. You're right. That is so weird. Why did he have the legs for that?
You're fucking right. I just looked.
Yeah, if you put that on Rhea Ripley, I'd be all over it.
Damn. What is this for?
Like he just has.
He's on Australia filming some movie. They haven't announced what the movie is. Because if you look at that bottom picture, he's kind of like clowned up. So is he like some like transsexual clown?
I don't know. You know, John Cena takes funny roles ever since that movie. He played that drug dealer.
Oh. Yeah, that shit was funny. I forgot the name of it.
Why do they do this to action stars so much, man?
Because, man, when you're big, brolic, and muscular, they gotta devalue you some kind of way.
It's like a rite of passage, man. They do this to all
it
the
is
male action stars.
Yeah. I guess this is his Tooth Fairy.
Bro. Look, it isn't Hollywood. They always got to dress up somebody big and buff. From years of watching movies and seeing like guys that be like professional bodybuilders and shit go to the movie side, they're either doing bodyguard work, stunt work, or they're dressed in some kind of female clothing just to get a joke out of them. Because, you know, why is the big dude that's 6'8", 307 pounds wearing high heels and a miniskirt.
Yeah,
Like it's some kind of passion for Hollywood to do that shit.
So Arnold Schwarzenegger had the movie where he had a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah.
It's like crazy. They do this to all of them.
I guess at the same time they want to take on the role to show that they're more than just the macho action guy.
I don't know. You think Vin Diesel wanted to do the pacifier?
Hell no.
I don't know. I feel like
because that was pre Fast and Furious, right?
No, it was after.
It was.
No, that's Fast and Furious. That was after like Fast and Furious
3, after part 3.
Oh, but yeah, but that was the time when we thought the movie franchise was dead.
We thought it was, yeah.
I'm about to say no. It was at the Fast and Furious 2 for the simple fact that that was right after the whole Tokyo thing. Because then when he showed up in it, people was like, "So you didn't do Fast and Furious because you did this movie?"
Yeah, because he wanted more money for 2, and they told him no. That's why he wasn't in it. And then I guess he worked some shit out while they were producing 3, and that's why they put him in the end scene. But whatever.
Well, I think he said that he wanted to do another. What's the movie?
Oh, it was the Riddick.
The Riddick.
Yeah.
He said I want a Riddick movie.
Yeah. Oh,
and they were like, you gotta show up in
that.
Fast and Furious first.
Yeah.
I'm about to say they're doing that. They actually doing a Riddick 4.
Yeah, I don't know why Vin Diesel likes those movies. They're okay, but ain't worth being the pacifier.
And hopefully this is the last Fast and Furious movie. And fucking John Cena's in that too.
Yeah, he's in that too.
And fucking Jason Momoa is the villain.
Jason Momoa is the final
like
villain.
just bring in another Samoan. We lost The Rock. Bring in another Samoan.
Yeah.
Like, why not at this point? Because I couldn't think of who else they can face. Because that trailer showed off what? It showed off the girl, the woman that was going against him, John Cena. It showed off Jason Statham. I said so basically Fast and Furious, Vin Diesel is just Goku, and every time he beats somebody, they just join the family.
I said the same shit.
I was gonna say they needed to fight God next because they went to space already.
Bruh, I'm gonna tell you what my roommate said.
They gotta fight
and
God.
The only reason I'm gonna tell you what my roommate said, and the only reason he said this is because when he found out John Cena was in the movie, he started bugging. He said, "Yo, at this point right now, these motherfuckers might well go back in time and face young Vin Diesel and Paul Walker and them with the new cast just to see who's the better racer. Whoever wins get to take over that timeline." And I said, "Nigga, this ain't Avengers." He said, "Why can't it be? It's already technically that now, ain't it?" And I was like,
"They went to space
he has
already."
A point.
They can go back in time.
Because they went from stealing car radios and old DVD players to being in space. I don't understand how the hell we get here.
The fucking submarine in 7, the fucking jumping cars between buildings in 6, the world's longest runway, that was also 6. What else? The fucking driving around with the fucking bank vault on 5.
Yeah.
This ain't street racing anymore.
They should either fight God or fight the Avengers. Like one of the two.
Fight God or come to Avengers.
I'm
not even gonna lie. Somebody did a edit cut, and it made me laugh because they show Endgame when Captain Marvel was coming in, and they go, "What is they shooting at?" You see Vin Diesel coming down in the fucking Charger, and he goes through it like Captain Marvel, and he turns around, and he goes, "This is for family," and he just drives up to the other side. And I was like, "Who made this, and why is this kind of thing?" I'm just so confused.
But to talk about John Cena and this new movie real quick, I saw a meme that said, "Now we see your ass."
Yeah.
I wish I didn't see that nigga. Jesus! I really wish I didn't see him. Now it's
is that
unseeable.
truly the Cheeks of the Week then?
Cheeks of the Week?
No, sir.
It's Cheeks of the Week to our it's Cheeks of the Week to our fans that like that type of stuff. But for us, no go. Yes,
Ultra Heelz Wrestling Podcast is for everyone. So if you like that can be your Cheeks of the Week. But we will pass.
I look. I don't think I'm not passing no John Cena ball spot in the back of his head. I hope they fix that in Fast and Furious and then movie.
Yeah, we're never gonna see that again. Now that won't happen in Hollywood, but
yeah. Going back to the greatest black wrestler of all time. Kelvin said his list is Bobo Brazil, Junkyard Dog, Abdullah the Butcher, and Farouk.
I like it.
Yeah, those are some real classics.
Yeah, I didn't grow up with them, so it's kind of hard for me to say that. But Farouk, at least he makes every list because he deserves it.
Yeah. Speaking of lists.
I forgot about that damn list.
Speaking of lists, we're going to do stupid lists this week, one of our signature segments. This person, I believe this is from What Culture, actually. I believe that was the original source, and it's just been spread across other smart websites. Every current WWE champion and who should beat them. So, the NXT Women's Tag Team. I don't know who the champions are. I don't know who Fallon Henley and Kiana James are. But this person says Damage Control should beat them. Why are you taking them off the main roster to win the NXT tag titles when they're already the main roster tag champions?
Would you like the Usos and unify that tag team?
I don't know.
I thought about this list after a while, and I was like, the only thing I could come up with is somebody's trying to unify all these tag teams like the Usos and Roman Reigns, so they can have people come from multiple shows. So now you got to have people from NXT showing up on the main roster, becoming garbage, getting trashed, and then going back down to NXT to be stars.
Well, if you look at number 8, it says the women's tag team champions, they want Damage Control to be beat by Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. So they're not really unifying the titles.
No kind of offense, I kind of would want that too. I don't want to see Ronda in the women's title picture for a long time. Like, I want her daughter to be like 8 before she comes back and think about that again.
I do believe her contract runs out after WrestleMania, so I'm pretty sure she's done.
I hope she's done, but she did post online a while back that she don't want to be in the title picture of the women's title. She want to do something different. She was like, maybe I should just try to do tag team. And I was like, please do.
Yeah.
Please do.
The North American Championship, Wesley to be beaten by Grayson Waller. That's fine. It kind of seems like it's going that direction anyway, but that's fine. That one's not so bad. NXT Tag Team Champions, Gallus to be beaten by Alpha Academy. Now, you just had the New Day, go to NXT and do the veteran thing, put over a couple new teams. So you immediately want to go back and do this with a jobber team. Why are we putting a jobber team in NXT to try to give them the rub? I don't see that working.
I don't see it working either, but for some strange reason, Triple H and them are liking them because they are literally putting in some real good work while wrestling.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't put it past them. Vince on the hand, that ain't happening.
NXT Women's Championship, Roxanne Perez to be beaten by Bayley. Once again, same thing with the women's tag titles. Why are we taking a main roster team and moving them to NXT again? It comes to a point where you just can't keep moving people from the main roster, move them to NXT temporarily, give them the title, and try to give somebody a rub. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over and over because then it doesn't work anymore. It's just normal.
It worked for Mandy Rose very well.
Yeah.
Right before all the news. God, the news. I need to get on Twitter. Don't mind.
NXT Championship, Braun Breaker to be beaten by Carmelo Hayes. Again, I think that's probably actually going to happen. So that one I'm okay with. We did the women's tag team titles on the main roster. The United States Championship, Austin Theory to be beaten by John Cena. I mean, I wouldn't be mad at it, but think about the logistics. John Cena's not staying to be on TV every week.
You know what? He wouldn't have to. I think John Cena got that pull that he could pull a Brock and take the belt and be gone for like 4 months while they try to figure out some bullshit.
But see, the issue is because John Cena was he introduced the United States Open Challenge. Why would he go back on his word and I'm not going to do that this time around? Why is he suddenly going to be the Brock and get the special treatment? That's not in John Cena's character to do that. Unless we're turning him heel, finally.
I'm about to say, I don't know. He's been in Hollywood for a long time, and Hollywood do change.
Intercontinental Championship, Gunther to lose to Seth Rollins. Not mad about that. That'd be a good-ass match, too. The Undisputed Tag Team Championships. The Usos to lose to Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Not mad at that. That's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. The Raw Women's Championship, Bianca Belair to lose to Asuka. Probably going to happen. Not mad at that one. SmackDown Women's Champion, Charlotte to lose to Rhea. That's definitely going to happen. So
Yeah, that's going to happen.
Basically, this whole list is either something that's going to happen or something that makes no sense in happening. So now we get down to Roman Reigns' 2 titles. Universal title. Roman Reigns should lose to Sami Zayn. And WWE Championship, Roman Reigns should lose to Cody Rhodes.
From my understanding, they were talking about the fact that if Cody do win, they don't know they want to get both belts or separate the belts again because both companies that own SmackDown and Raw pay their money for them to be aired, want a title belt on both shows instead of having it on one guy going to both shows.
Right.
It was like if Cody was a win, they already like having plans of making him a different kind of belt to get away from that whole title the way it look era.
Right.
And if people was thinking, okay, so that means y'all gonna bring back like the world title, because Cody got to have it bring back old school belts.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, no offense, I would like to see a updated world title, but I kind of don't want to see another new belt.
Right.
I'm kind of tired of seeing new belts. I need them to let some belts last as long as they used to do back in the day before they do a new belt.
Yeah. Honestly, I think it would be the best idea to split the titles after Cody wins, not have Roman defend each belt on both nights of Mania. Have Cody win, and then not the first night back after on Raw, maybe like the second week. He'll come out, cut a promo. I finally won the belt that they took from my daddy in the garden. I want this roster to prosper, to grow. I want to be fair. I shouldn't be a double champion. I'm going to relinquish the Universal title. And now you have a vacant Universal champion. Cody's a WWE champion. I think that's the best thing to do. And because he's going to be such a massive babyface, it seems like a humble thing to do coming from a massive babyface.
I hope that's what they kind of do. It was, don't get twisted. Cool run seeing Brock and Roman run around with both these belts. Damn cool run see Roman hold it as long as he did.
Yeah.
But I know like Fox that just paid for that money with SmackDown is like, hey, bro, we paid for a champion. We got him.
Yeah.
So why some nights he's not on the show, but he shows up on Raw?
Right. And if they do split the titles, I feel like they should bring back a classic title, not just make new titles. Bring back a classic title. We're all sick of just seeing the logo as a belt.
You know what title I want them to bring back?
You want the Wing Eagle?
Yeah, I want an updated version of it because somebody online made an updated version of it. Like it was a 2023 one, and it was fire. And I was like, why is this a thing?
And speaking of titles, after the Super Bowl win, Kansas City Chiefs quarterback and league MVP and Super Bowl MVP Pat Mahomes, he got a WWE championship because that's what they do. They send titles out when people win other sports with titles. They send it to the World Series. They send it to the NBA Finals, and they're sending them to the Super Bowl. The only thing they didn't do was like the World Cup. They should have sent one to the World Cup.
Don't get twisted. I feel like they still did. I just don't think the people in the World Cup really saw that type of stuff like that. But I feel like they got one.
But yeah, he was flossing with it. It's got the Kansas City logo as the side plates. His hands are kind of covering in the picture, but it's got the Kansas City side plates.
I feel like WWE just made that just to be toy ready. So you buy their title, you can just spend like $80 on the side plates of who you want it to be.
Yeah, that's crazy that the side plates are $80.
Yeah, and then they still don't have all the people, like even people that didn't win the belt, that you just want to go there and show like their side plate. They don't even have all of them. They just have all the champions at once. That is it.
Yeah,
So
they
can't go there
they
and
should
be
just
like,
take everybody's logo and make a side plate.
you would think so, because like only certain women in the women division, like what I think Bailey, Sasha, Charlotte, Becky Lynch, Liv, like only them have it. But then you got like people that are fans of, I don't know why.
Shotzi.
What's her name? Yeah, like Shotzi or Dana Brooke. You know, nobody cares about her. Like none of them have side plates.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, bro, like people that are fans of them don't even get to enjoy buying a belt and wishing that they had side plates. They just gotta buy whatever belt they got and then use wherever they got. And I'm like, bro, that's fucked up.
I guess it's the idea of
on a belt.
I guess this idea of if you haven't been a champion, why are we making side plates to sell to people? But
Hey,
I like the argument of if I'm a fan of somebody, I should be able to buy it.
Word, like I'm already spending $400+ on your damn belt. I better be able to get side plates of who I want on it, the ones you selling.
Yeah, wishful thinking.
Yeah, you know, we don't work for WWE. Should, but
we should.
We don't work for them because I would be fired like Mr. Man. I'm paying somebody. Somebody smack the cheek. I'm not messing with nobody married. I'm letting y'all know, but somebody giving the cheek. I'm gonna be clapping cheeks like Mr. Man. I'm gonna start doing his walk and everything with the giant grape.
Now, since we were talking about great Brock wrestlers, we'll just cover this real quick. Something you sent to me earlier, Alex. Brock Lesnar beating every black WWE champion.
I was hoping you brought that up because that was in my head. I was like, oh, I hope he don't get it.
He beat The Rock in 2002. And now, within the last, 3 years, he's beaten Kofi Kingston, Big E, and Bobby Lashley.
This man is on a crusade and not letting no black champions live.
He is the Great White Hope.
Yep, there you go, the Great White Hope.
This motherfucker said you wanted a black champion. You said you wanted me to beat your black champion. I can't tell the difference.
And I'm pretty sure it's a complete coincidence. There's no way they planned that. There's no way they planned it.
I don't know.
It's a weird coincidence that every time a black champion gets the belt, all of a sudden Brock show back up. If anybody of another color comes back and get a belt, Brock ain't around. I don't know.
And the fact that he beat Big E and Bobby Lashley within a month.
Word.
Because that was day one and then Royal Rumble. No, I'm sorry, Elimination Chamber.
Like he didn't get no time to rest in between to live the limelight. And he was like, give me that belt.
But yeah, that was Brock Lesnar.
Letting that go.
Where's Kanye West when you need him? Brock Lesnar doesn't like black people.
Yep.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you right now. It's whoever listening to this podcast and you play 2K. I mean, you do like they did on Black History Month with Hulk Hogan. You put all black wrestlers against Brock Lesnar, and let's see if he wins. If he wins, then he has the right to just keep doing it. And this is coming from a black guy. Because if he beats all the black roster without an issue, he deserves it. He got it.
Just make a Royal Rumble. Every black person in the game, Brock Lesnar. And make Brock number one.
Yep.
Bro, and if he wins, we can't be mad at it no more. He'll be like, oh man, that's bullshit. Nigga, I took his stats down and he still beat everybody. Nah, he got it.
The ideas we come up with. Well, it's time to get out of here. It's been another wonderful episode of the Ultra Heelz Wrestling Podcast. Thank you for joining us once again, Mr. Gnarly Marv.
Pleasure to be here.
All right. Good night, Alex.
Good night, y'all.
We are out. Peace.
Yeah.